Okay, so I think I'm on my 6th semester now, planning and picking college classes, and the first time I did it, after my first semester, I made a huge mistake. And so in this video, I want to share with you 8 of the top tips to successfully plan and schedule your college classes. Yeah, I was so nervous because I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, how do I pick my classes? So when I planned my classes for the first time, I chose to do every class on Tuesday and Thursday, and that was not fun. I was like, hey, I've done this in high school, I could do it again. I start my day at like 8 in the morning, get done at like 3 p.m., and then bada bing, bada boom, it's good. But I was drained. I had 4 classes on Tuesday and Thursdays, and then no classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But each class was 2 hours long, back to back. 10 minutes in between to walk across campus. So I was in class from 8 to 10, and then 10 to 12, 12 to 2, and then 2 to 4, and I was just mush afterwards. I didn't even bring food, and well, that was partially my fault. So don't schedule all your classes on the same days. If you really want to and you're up for the challenge, do it so you don't have any other classes the other days. But I did that and it did not go out. So along with that, figure out what time of day you want your classes. If you're a morning person, obviously make them in the morning. The first week of school at the University of Tampa, at least, is the add drop period. So if you find a class you don't like, you can drop it, you can switch it out and change it for a class you like. But figure out what time of day you want classes. Prior to scheduling classes, when the schedule for the next semester classes come out, look around, search around for the classes, and plan out what courses you want to take. Here at the University of Tampa, we have a month before registration starts to actually plan out schedules, and I made one schedule. I'm probably going to make a backup, but when the course catalog for the next semester comes out, definitely check that out and figure out what you want to take. If you don't have a best friend yet, I'm about to introduce you to one. It is called RateMyProfessor. They are your new roommate, and they will become your best friends shortly. RateMyProfessor is kind of useful. It's useful. I've used it every semester just to see like, okay, what are other students saying about individual professors? I don't know. So a couple of times, like all the reviews were the exact opposite of how the professor was. So I don't know if it was just me and my experience with the professor or what, but Rate My Professor is good to use because a lot of people can give you their honest opinion. If you're like me, I love to have my evenings free. I love to do things at night with friends. And so pick classes earlier in the day, maybe even in the morning. Pick classes earlier in the day so you can get them out of the way and you can have the rest of the afternoon to, I don't know, go to the beach, hammock, hang out with friends. Honestly, getting up earlier in the day and then having classes earlier in the morning makes you feel like you have more of the day versus like if you slept in at noon and then you could have had 2 classes already and then you have the rest of the day and then you have class. It's just like, I feel like there's one little alternative to that though. There's a bad professor that teaches in 8 a.m. Wait, hold on. No, I got that mixed up. A good professor teaching in 8 a.m. is better than an evening class with a bad professor. So if you prefer evening class, wait, I'm butchering this. Here at the University of Tampa, we have a thing called the baccalaureate experience, which is basically your gen ed classes. I wanted to get those out of the way as fast as possible so that now where I am currently with my academic progress, all I have left is a few of my major courses, and then senior year, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to take random classes, but I'd rather do that than be stuck with taking gen ed classes senior year. So if you can get those out of the way earlier, do it. And so with taking those gen ed classes right away, it's so crucial to get a good professor for those so that you're not stuck with a really bad class and not the best professor. Some of the professors know that you're just here to take a gen ed class. So if you get a really good professor, they're like, hey, I just want to take it easy on you. I want to make it simplified for you so that you can just still get the education and get the requirement done, but have a good time and not have it so exhausting. You definitely want to have options when choosing your classes because, you never know if somebody's like, oh, I actually took this writing class. Like, I know you don't like writing, but I took this writing class and it's really easy. It's really fun. The professor's amazing. You might be able to take that class and knock out a general education requirement or even, I don't know, one of your major classes that you wouldn't have known about if you just stuck to yourself. So have options, talk to people. I was sitting in Starbucks the other day just grabbing some coffee and I overheard 2 people like trying to schedule classes together, which honestly, may be a good idea if you have a good friend that you can take a class with. So bonus tip, maybe schedule a class with a friend and if it's a class you both can take that fulfills a requirement, do that. That might be a good option and it might be a lot of fun. Planning your classes for the next semester is a stressful time. I still sometimes get stressed to the day about planning my classes because I want to make sure I got every class that I want, that I need with the right professor. So it's super stressful. If you're still wondering, okay, I don't know exactly what kind of classes I want to take, I made a whole video called morning versus night classes that you should definitely check out next right here. I'll see you over there. Love you guys. Thanks for watching.